Many investors want to get in on the ground floor of the cannabis-based business. Before you do that, you need to understand that cannabis is still a Schedule I narcotic and therefore federally illegal. This means potentially all your funds that you invest could be subject to civil forfeiture and other loss. So as an investor in the cannabis space, you need to be keenly aware of the risks associated with the investment. These risks are over and above a traditional investment in a startup company. In a traditional startup company, you don't have the risks of civil forfeiture and the potential federal issues that could arise. You also don't have the licensure requirements that we currently have for medical and recreational-based cannabis. And finally, regulations in this space are still evolving. We don't know the exact legal landscape of the cannabis industry medically and recreationally in Michigan going forward. You need to understand that risk as you invest. As an investor in the cannabis space, it's extremely important you do your due diligence. This means finding out where the cannabis-based business is at in their licensure process. Have they been pre-qualified? What licenses are they going after? What licenses may they already have? Understanding their licensure process, both medically and recreationally, is vitally important. It's also important you understand their business plan. This includes making sure that they've procured real estate. Do they have an executive team? Who's on that team? Who is running the company? If they're growing cannabis, who's in charge of that? And you also need to understand the return that you're likely to get from your investment. Is your return limited to certain profits from the real estate? If the company does a hockey stick and profits soar, are you able to participate in that? What is your likely return in the cannabis space? Given the risk that you're taking, you need to understand what your likely return is. As an investor in a cannabis business, you need to be aware that cannabis businesses currently are struggling getting banking relationships. Given that cannabis is still a Schedule I narcotic, most banks are not willing to bank or provide banking services to a cannabis-based business. This means that your investment may either be held by the individual investor, the individual company, or not be held in a bank. It may also mean that when you get money back from your investment or a return on your investment, that your own bank is not going to let you deposit that money, or if you do, they may terminate your entire banking relationship. So banks are cautious about entering into the cannabis space, and so as you invest and receive profits back, you need to be keenly aware that that could have a dramatic effect on your banking relationship.